YouTube, what is going on, Lakers family? Today's video, we got a special video for you guys today, and I'm going to be talking about a center that I think the Lakers should potentially target for this year's 2024 NBA trade deadline on February 8th, and that is center Nic Claxton from the Brooklyn Nets. When you look at all the centers that I talked about on this channel, like Andre Drummond, Neovic, Jonas Valanciunas, Daniel Gafford, and the list continues, this is a guy that hasn't been much talked about and I think could be a solid addition for the Lakers. Now, I will say he is 24 years of age, which is young, and he's 6 feet 11 inches, that's his height. He weighs about 215 pounds and this is his 5th year with the Brooklyn Nets, right? He's been in the league since 2019, 2 seasons, and he was drafted in the 2nd round, 31st overall pick, and he played at the University of Georgia. Right now, I will say this season for the Brooklyn Nets, he's averaging 12.4 points per game, shooting 63.2% from the field, 10.4 rebounds, which is a career high for him, 1.9 assists, 2.1 blocks, 0.7 steals, and he's shooting 33.3% from 3 on 0.1 attempts per game. So he's not taking too many threes, he's not really known as a floor spacer, but the last 2 seasons with the Brooklyn Nets, he didn't attempt a 3-point shot, right? And then the 2020-21 season, he shot 20% from 3, which is awful, and then the 2019-20 season, his rookie year for Brooklyn, he shot 14.3%, that is, garbage, and he's a career 17.6% 3-point shooter, that is horrible. Right now, I will say, he is shooting close to 55.6% from the free throw line, so he's not a great free throw shooter, but he's taken around 2.7 attempts per game and he's played 37 games for the Brooklyn Nets. He's playing close to 29.0 minutes tonight for them. Now, I would say he is under contract, 2 years worth about $17.2 million, and per year he's making around $8.6 million as I'm looking at his contract right now, and this summer of 2024, he's going to become an unrestricted free agent. So, his contract is very reasonable, that's very cheap, and the Lakers could, afford that. Right now, I will say, guys, he's on the trade block, I believe, and there's been rumors that he could be more available at the trade deadline than, people do believe, and he would add, much needed size on this team, defense, and he could be a backup center on this Lakers team. But I don't think he'd want to come off the bench unless he accepts that role, which would be very good if he does. You don't want to demand too much more, but if he wants to be a star in this league, I think that should be his role, because I think he deserves to be a starter in this league. He's just way too talented to be coming off the bench, and he could play the 5. And I will say he's not known as being that floor spacer, someone that can knock down the 3-point shot, but he's known for being a guy that can, catch lobs, get offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, and protecting the rim, just playing his role, and depending on certain matchups, you can play him in the front court next to Anthony Davis. But if you're going up against like a Joel Embiid or a Giannis, maybe you don't want to play him, by himself or like on the bench, but we need him to play next to Anthony Davis in the front court because, Anthony Davis is, like 30, 31 years of age, so you don't want him playing in the front court by himself because we've been, begging for a big man. Jackson Hayes really hasn't worked out and he's not getting too much playing time for the Lakers. He's getting less than 10 minutes a night, and then Christian Wood, he was pretty much, out of the rotation, started to get back into the rotation, and he's been contributing for the Lakers, getting rebounds, shooting the 3 ball, not the greatest, weak side.